I just remembered something. So after the 2020 incident, I remember I called my mom and I was crying, and I told her, I said, I need someone to be on my side, because literally I had no one. I had my friends, but my family, I know I have told you this, but I don't know if people really understand that when my ex-husband left me, he took everyone from me. Like, he took everyone and everything from me. Like, I had no one and I had nothing. So, I mean, I'm not going to try to get deep and heavy with it, but I was truly destroyed, and that was the point where I was like, I have to let someone know that I need someone to stand up for me and be on my side, because this cannot go on like this. I mean, these people that are living in my home are being influenced by these people that hate me and want everyone else to hate me. Even these people that I take care of, I'm taking care of them. They're living in my home, I'm taking care of them, and they are disrespecting me to the point that they will come into my bedroom, call me a fucking cunt, fat bitch, kick shit at me because of who they spent time with that day, and who one of them is spending time with during the week, working with, okay? That was when I called my mom crying, and I said, I need someone to be on my side. And my mom was on my side after that, but it took 8 years. I mean, not that my mom and dad didn't help me, because they did, but things kind of turned around after that, as far as like more like emotional and mental support. Like, wow, you actually are a human being that maybe we could give some, like, you know, mental, emotional support to, instead of being like, you're a piece of fucking garbage, like your ex-husband tells us you are, and his ex-wife, you know. Like, literally, that's where my self-esteem was at, because that was, I don't know how to even explain that. It was like, my ex-husband told everyone I was garbage, told me I was garbage, and I was fucking garbage. That's what I was, even to my family, my kids. His ex-wife and him made sure. And then I also had, 3 years after that, the girl I dated, who told everyone in town that I was garbage, including the legal system, who were like, oh yeah, let's lock her up, put her in jail because this delusional psycho says so. Yeah, that's where I was at. I've been through some shit. The fact that I am this sane is fucking amazing. And you know what? Self-made, because I've tried to go to therapy, and those people are fucking nuts, trust me. Just saying. I'm on a lack of sleep, but I am telling you, and I swear to God, I have literally been to multiple therapists. I'll just tell you this story one more time. I've said it so many times. The therapist I went to after my divorce, it was like 2-3 months after my divorce, I was a fucking train wreck. I was in such a state. It was absolutely horrible. Like, I can't even tell you. But so I go to this therapist, right? The woman sits with her arms folded, legs crossed, looks at the clock every 5 minutes to see what time it is and check if how much time do we have left in this session. Repeats everything that I say back to me wrong. I say I have 5 kids. She says, oh, right, you have 3 kids. You know, a few minutes later, not immediately. My ex-husband, he left me 2 months ago, whatever it was. And your ex-husband left you 5 months ago, or, everything wrong. No, she didn't. Literally, like, I don't even know how to explain this shit, you guys. Like, I do not know how to explain this shit I have been through, because it's not normal shit. It's weird ass shit. Okay, so here's what happens. Someone tells me, oh, there's actually a really good guy therapist in the same group. It was in Kingston, New York. Look at my eyes, they're so puffy. Okay, it was in Kingston, New York. And I'm actually think it was in a support group or or something. Yeah, I think it was in a support group I was going to. I've had a lot more luck in support groups. Honestly, I highly recommend support groups over therapists. 1000%. Okay. Even online support groups, people who have been through it, yes. People who haven't been through it, no. Anyway, okay, so I call this office and I say, well, I heard that there's this good guy therapist and I want to switch to him. I've told this story. If you've heard it again, I'm sorry. You're going to hear, or if you've heard it already, I'm sorry you're going to hear it again. Okay. The secretary says to me, I will check, make sure it's okay to switch you to that guy therapist, and I will call you back. We had landlines. It was 2012. So I'm like, okay. I hang up. 5 minutes later, the phone rings. I pick up. The receptionist is about to tell me that I'm going to get switched to the guy therapist, right? No. It was the female therapist that I had been seeing. Pretend I'm not talking on my phone. Someone drove by. And their license plate says wine. Anyway, I'm with you, dude. Okay. It is the female therapist calling me and begging me to not switch to a different therapist. And telling me that she will change things and that she will work with me better and she will do more. I went back to her one more time and I never went back again. There were 2 other times that were similar, that I went to these people, they gave me worksheets. Other people have told me the same thing. Like, just ridiculous. Like you have like PTSD, you are going through the worst bullshit of your life, and someone hands you a worksheet like you're in 1st grade. I remember someone saying it like that to me before. Like, I think it was they had had a baby that was stillborn or something like that. I feel like it was a friend I had at Life Care that had a baby that was stillborn, and we were talking about how we had that similar experience because I had a baby that died from SIDS. And I think that's who it was. Anyway, that she'd gone to a therapist, and the therapist's like, here's a worksheet to fill out about your feelings. And she's like, am I in 1st grade? Like, what the fuck is this? You know? And I'm sorry, I swear a lot. It's funny because, like, on Sirius XM, just a minute ago, I swear they read your mind, you know? We're all connected. It's whatever. But they're like, yeah, apparently Americans swear the most online. I'm sorry. You know, gotta express yourself. You know, it's like a little pepper. You know, it's like some seasoning in your words, or else it's just bland. Anyway, yeah, like we're not 1st graders, and we don't need worksheets about our feelings. We are going through shit that we are afraid we're not going to survive because our feelings are so intense that we cannot even fucking handle it and cope. And we have people who do not understand. A lot of people who are therapists, I truly believe, are nuts. And the reason they get, I've said this before, and I apologize to the people who it does not apply to, but I think that a lot of people get degrees in psychology because they're nuts. And they're like, oh, well, I don't even know how to explain that, but it's like, I'm not even going to try. You know the people. You know the people that got degrees in psychology, and you're like, dude, those people are fucking nuts, okay? I'm going to stop, okay? I haven't slept. I need my meds. That's why I'm driving to Idaho. Okay, anyway. Oh, let me tell you about Effexor, though, okay? So they put me on it when I was in the psych ward in St. Benedictine's Hospital in Kingston, New York, because I thought about jumping off a bridge at 4 a.m, and someone drove by and they called the police. And I don't think I ever finished the story. I know I started telling it somewhere, but I never finished it. So it wasn't a high bridge, and my cousin Steven made fun of me afterwards. I was like, bitch, if you're gonna jump off a bridge, at least make it a big bridge. But anyway, there was like all this green brush and whatever, because it's upstate New York. I don't know if you've ever been there, but the greenery is fucking wild, okay? So there's like a ravine, and I'm like, well, I can't jump off this bridge, which I might have broke my leg. But I'm gonna tumble through all this greenery and I'm gonna get down to the bottom of this fucking ravine where that river is. Okay? And I remember I was wearing white sweatpants. Why did I have white sweatpants that said AC/DC on the side? What the fuck? I don't know why. Why would you? I don't know. It was 2012. No, I lied. It was 2013. And I remember the date. It was June 23rd and it was a full moon. It was a super full moon. It was June 23rd, 2013. Anyway, good times. So I like rumble, tumble, pell-melled, like somersaulted through all this fucking rough dirt and terrain. I think I was wearing sandals, like flip-flops. Remember when we used to call them thongs, but then they were underwear after the thong song or whatever? Anyway, flip-flops, white AC/DC sweatpants. And so, but someone had called the cops because they'd seen me sitting kind of like on the bridge at 4 in the morning. Because I remember they drove by and I was like, okay. Anyway, so 4 in the morning, whatever. And I'm laying there. I'm just laying there with my eyes closed. And I'm like, I don't fucking care about nothing. I'm just laying here. I lost my mind. Whatever. I gave up on life because you don't know what I was going through. I was going through some shit. Okay. So anyway, I'm laying there in the river, on the side of the river, in the rocks, whatever. And all of a sudden there's like a flashlight shining on my face. And I hear this, ma'am, hey ma'am. These poor Saugerties police, dude. Oh man, they had to deal with me. I also got kicked out of every bar in Saugerties. Me and Eileen, man. Boy, oh boy. I'm kicked out for life from the exchange in Saugerties. If you're cool, you called it the X. I'm kicked out for life. Lots of people are. But anyway. So yeah, then all these cops and paramedics had to like dig their way down through all this brush and, you know, whatever, ivy and trees and or whatever. Dude, they were pissed. Okay, they were all pissed off. And I'm crying and I told you I'm an ugly crier, dude. My eyes swell up like this big. And I'm like, you guys don't even fucking care. And the one guy's like, yeah, and we're all gonna get Lyme disease from ticks. I'm coming to dig you out of here. Oh my god, it was such a great time. It was a great time. So I'm in the back. I get in the back of this ambulance, and the EMT is like, "Ma'am, did someone hit you?" Because my eyes look that bad. I mean, look how they look right now, just from staying up all night. I mean, imagine if I had been crying for hours and laying in a river bed and climbed through some shit. You don't know the times I've had. One time, anyway, that night, morning, whatever it was when I found out that there was such a thing as a psych ED, psych emergency department. I'd never heard of it before or since. But yeah, they wheeled me right into one in St. Benny's Hospital in Case, New York, and I was like, what is this shit? It was in the basement. I don't know. And they put a 72-hour hold on me, and I do remember telling you about meeting this gal Lori. I love that chick. I made some pretty cool friends there, and they had karaoke. It was actually a pretty good time. It was a pretty good vacation. Yeah, I always say my post-divorce vacations were first year 2013 was the psych ward, summer of 2013. Summer 2014, I stayed in a homeless shelter in Idaho Falls. Is it the Roof House? No. What the hell's that place called? But that was a good time too. I stayed there a few days and I was working night shifts. All the other ladies would leave during the day. But there was this one big, I don't want to sound racist, but she was a black gal. It's like it gives them more character if you know that they're, you know, what they look like. And she she was schizophrenic, and I'm not violating HIPAA because I was not her nurse. I swear to God, like, I think those things like, I can talk about this because I was not that person's nurse. Anyway, she was schizophrenic because her name was Shar, I think. I mean, she was kind of awesome, but she would sit and talk to the shower, and she'd be like, bitch, I know you save all that good water for them white chicks. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, and at this point, oh my God, there was a schizophrenic in the psych ward too, and I would tell them to shut the fuck up, okay? And I told that girl to shut the fuck up too. Shut the fuck up, I'm trying to sleep. I remember both places. That was good. It was good times. I was pretty feral back then. I mean, if you think this is something, you don't know what I was back then. Like, I was having no shit from nobody because I couldn't. When I was in the psych ward, when I was in the homeless shelter, actually 2015 when I was in jail, when Clarissa sent me to jail, and Alan Browning, my A1 attorney, actually I had a good time there. I made friends. Well, I mean, I had good times all the places, and I made friends, but yeah, I remember there were those two gals that I was not taking shit from. Anyway, oh my God. But maybe someone will watch this and be like, maybe this girl's life is a book or a movie because it is fucking weird ass shit. And we could go into how my first baby was born in Mexico, and that's why I stayed with my aunt in El Paso. Because my dad was born and raised in Mexico, and my aunt and uncle lived in Mexico. Mexico's an interesting place. It was Casas Grandes, big houses. Anyway, Jason and I stayed with my aunt and uncle, Ron and Julie, and I had a baby there. And actually, it was the only place that I had a private room, and I had an epidural. And we went there because it was cheap. That's a true story. And then we drove back over the border. I remember my great uncle Ashton drove us, and it was funny because on the way back, the guy at the border was like, well, that's weird. Usually people are coming like the other way to have a baby. Right? I don't know. My life is really fucked up. On my birth certificate, it also says that my dad is Mexican and my mom is white. Where does this shit come from? Why do the people do this to me? My dad is white. Anyway, but he was born and raised in Mexico. But, how much longer do I have until I make it to Idaho Falls, you guys? I guess I need to get one of these things that you mount right here on your fucking thing, your dashboard. They say women after 40, they lose their words. That is no shit. Like, have I told you where, you know, you'll be like, you know the thing you put on your head, and the other person will be like, a hat? Yeah, that thing. That's the word I lost, you know. The thing you put on your foot, a shoe? Yep, that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't know, I'm delirious, but